Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. Normally, I don't like to go through the day without getting at least one video uploaded, but I just wasn't feeling it yesterday morning. I was up late every night this weekend because my pals were on a West Coast road trip. Had a busy Thanksgiving. It's been months since I have taken a break, so I just decided to take a break yesterday. Today is my birthday, the big 3-9. Now, me personally, I have never really cared about my own birthday. Even as a child, I didn't care. I don't like being made into a big deal. I don't like being the center of attention, even though I am the center of attention every day on this channel. Growing up, my mom would always complain because I was so hard to buy for. I rarely asked for anything. I wasn't the kid who was excited to open presents on Christmas morning. I just didn't care. It's not that I wasn't appreciative. It's not that I was spoiled, even though I was. I mean, my parents gave me everything a child could ask for. My uncle, he used to joke all the time that me and my sister never had to ask for anything because my parents gave it to us before we could ask them. I just never cared about material things. I have never been one to ask for something just because it's my birthday or it's Christmas. But this year, I'm making a change. For the first time, possibly ever, I'm going to ask for something for my birthday. It's a simple request. I don't think I'm being unreasonable or asking for too much. It's not going to cause someone an inconvenience. It's not something that will take a lot of time. Matter of fact, this simple request, it can be taken care of in a matter of seconds. Gail Benson, Mrs. B, Mickey Loomis, make this the best birthday I have ever had. I'm willing to take one for the team here, sacrifice a materialistic birthday present for the betterment of the Saints fan base. You both have the power to make this a happy birthday. All you have to do is fire Dennis Allen. I am so fucking tired of watching this clueless doofus. I am so tired of watching this feminine beta male attempting to identify as a head coach. I mean, look at this dope. This is the face that I see on the sidelines every Sunday. He doesn't have a clue. We're losing again. What should we do? I think I'll stand here and pretend to be focused. Dennis Allen has completely removed my love of this team. I used to get excited when I woke up on Sunday morning. I used to look forward to watching the Saints all week. Win or lose, when the game ended, I was already looking forward to the next game. Dennis Allen has taken away my excitement. He has taken away my joy. This dude is a cancer. The Saints unwatchable. They're boring. They're bland. I struggle to call this a professional football team. I don't see any professionals on this coaching staff. You know, God bless Alvin Kamara. I really feel so bad for Alvin Kamara. If I were him, I would borrow a strategy from Zion Williamson and other NBA players. If I were Alvin Kamara, I would miss the rest of the regular season for rest. Derek Carr, he's a disaster. I'm watching his post-game press conference last night. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Hey there, I'm Donnie Carr. Fans keep telling me I suck and I am booed relentlessly at home games, but that's okay. I'm choosing to stay positive. You see there, Donnie, here's the thing. It's great to have a positive attitude. It's fine to say all the right things, but there comes a point when people stop listening. There comes a point when you have to either step up or step aside. And look, I am not blaming Derek Carr for all the problems in New Orleans. Derek Carr is the symptom to the real problem. The problems in New Orleans, they start and end with Dennis Allen. I said it yesterday on Twitter and I meant it, and I know I said this earlier in the season, but I am dead serious this time. I refuse to watch the Saints until Dennis Allen is fired. I refuse to watch garbage. I refuse to watch a directionless team. And that's what they are, directionless. I don't mind losing if my team is working towards something. The Saints, we weren't always good with Sean Payton and Drew Brees, but At least there was a foundation. I always had confidence that Sean Payton and Drew Brees, they would figure things out. What I will not tolerate is when my team is losing due to sheer incompetence. I cannot tolerate complacency, which is exactly what this organization is. Complacent. I turned this team off, and I'm not watching another game this season. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm almost to that same point with the entire NFL. Almost. Longtime viewers of this channel know that I have always defended the NFL. For the longest time, I thought this league was untouchable because the product on the field was so good. But I keep waiting for the games that I am watching on Sunday to come close to resembling NFL football. Every September, I always hear the same excuse. Well, starters aren't playing the preseason anymore. It's going to take a few weeks for things to come together. Yeah, well, we are 12 weeks into the regular season. I'm not seeing it come together. 2 of the games on Thanksgiving, absolutely atrocious. I know the Guardians are in the Cowboys division, but who in the hell thought it was a good idea to put the Washington Guardians on national television in the most watched time slot of the regular season? Who thought that was a good idea? Average margin of victory this week, over 12 points, which in the NFL, that is considered to be a blowout. 6 of the 15 games, complete blowouts, with 2 of them being on Thanksgiving. And it's not like most of the close games were all that entertaining. Steelers-Bengals, vomit. Panthers-Titans, vomit. Saints-Falcons, vomit. By the time I got to Patriots-Giants, I was all out of barf. There is an overwhelming majority of teams in this league completely unwatchable. I used to say all the time, it didn't matter if the NFL put the Guardians and the Panthers on Sunday Night Football. They would still draw a huge audience, and there was a good chance that it would be a competitive game. I can't say that anymore. The NFL, they have not been impacted in the ratings yet, but I think it's coming. You can't present the quality of play that we have seen throughout the league the last 2 years and continue to draw big ratings. This morning, I'm watching Nick Underhill on YouTube. He was talking about the Saints' defense, or lack thereof, and their inability to contain mobile quarterbacks. They were making the point that it is a huge problem for the Saints' defense because that's the direction the league is going, mobile quarterbacks. In the past, the defense played against guys like Cam Newton once, maybe twice a year. Today, they're playing against them every week. The problem with a lot of these running or mobile quarterbacks, they don't know how to throw the ball. What we essentially have today in the NFL is running backs playing quarterback. Yesterday, Desmond Ridder, 168 passing yards. Lamar Jackson, 177. Russell Wilson, 134. Drew Brees, he used to have 134 passing yards in the first quarter. You know why Michael Vick was so entertaining? Michael Vick never won a damn thing, but he was electric on the field. It was amazing to watch him play. Why? Because at the time, it was something that we had never seen before. It was fun to watch because it was different. But just because it was different doesn't mean it was better. Now we have running quarterbacks scattered throughout the league, and the vast majority of these teams, boring and unwatchable. They can't score any points. Last week, Tom Brady called it mediocrity. That was the nice way of saying it sucks. The current NFL product sucks. And we've got people in the media afraid to call it out. Yesterday morning, Alex Smith, he was on the NFL pregame show on ESPN. I think it's called Sunday NFL Countdown. I don't know if Alex Smith is a regular panelist on this show. Like most of you guys, I don't watch ESPN's coverage of sports because it's painfully boring and full of incompetence. I refuse to watch a network whose leading NFL analyst is Mina Kimes, the stat queen. The same analyst who claims that wins and losses aren't a quarterback stat. The same Mina Kimes who pays attention to things like DVOA, passing and running yards, third down analytics, instead of doing what old-fashioned analysts did and actually watched the games to form your opinion. You know how I'm always saying that stats don't matter, stats are meaningless? Let me go ahead and prove that point one more time. Yesterday, the Saints, they outgained the Falcons by more than 50 yards. One time of possession, Derek Carr threw for over 300 yards, while Desmond Ridder can't throw for 300 yards in 2 games. Turnovers were even, both teams had 2. Saints were more efficient offensively, yet somehow they found a way to lose the game by 9 points. On paper, the Saints were the better team. In reality, the Saints are a dumpster fire. Yesterday, ESPN, they decided to address the comments that Tom Brady made last week. Instead of ESPN being honest, instead of ESPN being real and saying that the NFL is just bad right now, they decide to have Alex Smith do his best impersonation of Danielson and apply a double coat of polish on this turd. Watch for yourself.
First off, he hasn't been retired that long. He was just playing. Like, he just won a Super Bowl in the current game. Like, is he discounting that one? And then my biggest complaint with this, and no offense to you guys, well, all 3 of you guys, he played in the most uncompetitive division, I think, in NFL history. I mean, you come out of training camp, the biggest cupcake division, you got a ticket to the playoffs right away. Like, talk about mediocre. I completely disagree with this.
Look, Alex Smith is right. For most of his career, Tom Brady played in a horrible division. The AFC East was a joke. But Tom Brady, he was calling attention to the fact that today, right now, the vast majority of the NFL is like the AFC East. There are too many teams in this league that are uncompetitive, and even some of the competitive teams are boring to watch. Broncos, they're rolling right now, one of the hottest teams in the league. They're also unentertaining. Just look at the state of the NFL right now. NFC South, joke. NFC North, joke. NFC West, joke. NFC East, joke. But KC, the NFC East has the Eagles and Cowboys. They are fighting for the division. Get real. The Dallas Cowboys are an illusion led by one of the best magicians in the league, Dak Prescott. You are never winning anything with Dak Prescott as your starting quarterback, which is why Jerry Jones is constantly trying to replace him. To be fair, things are a little bit better in the AFC, but does anyone really believe that the Steelers and the Browns at 7-4 are contenders? Like most of the league, the Steelers hard to watch. AFC East, atrocious. The Bills are falling apart. You can make the case that the most competitive division in the league right now is the AFC South, and going into the season, they were predicted to be the worst. Right now, there's just a lot of bad football in the NFL right now. I don't remember it ever being like this before. Now, there are still some good games. I thought Bills-Eagles yesterday was an excellent game, but those good games, those close games, they are becoming the exception instead of the norm. I remember when NFL Red Zone would be absolutely chaotic when games were in the fourth quarter. Scott Hansen would be jumping across the league because so many games are coming down to the wire. Today, most of these games are over by the time they reach the fourth quarter. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that doesn't recognize the current NFL. What do you guys think? Are you finding yourself bored like I am on NFL Sundays? Do you agree with Alex Smith or do you agree with Tom Brady? Do you think part of the problem is the running quarterbacks? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate every one of you guys and your continued support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.